Hi, and welcome to your ticket to Snoozeville. I'm your host. My name is Suzanne. And for a while now, I've wanted to do an episode specifically for anyone who's had a bad day. When we're struggling, whether with stress, worry, or any kind of emotional pain, our sleep often suffers. This is completely natural, and there's nothing wrong with you if you're finding it harder to sleep tonight. Hopefully, this episode can help you to relax and to put whatever you've experienced today somewhere else for now, so that you can sleep. Before we do, a few things I need to mention. 1, please ensure, as always, that you are somewhere in which it is safe to fall asleep. And secondly, just a quick thank you for listening. Every Friday, we release a new episode that addresses the reasons for sleeplessness and explores new techniques to achieve what we all want: sound, restorative sleep. So please consider following your ticket to Snoozeville. When you follow, we know that you're listening, and that means a lot. With that out of the way, let's talk about your day and how you're feeling right now. Negative feelings about your day can feel even more intense and overwhelming here in the dark when you're waiting to fall asleep. For a few reasons. For one thing, there are no distractions. All day long, you were occupied with other things, with other people, with tasks. But now, here, there are no distractions. It's just you and your spiraling thoughts, which can now take center stage. They have your full, undivided attention. You're also probably fatigued and stressed, and your mental and physical resources are depleted. That makes it hard to put negative thoughts in perspective. It's also likely that your cortisol levels are a little elevated. Cortisol is a stress hormone that can heighten feelings of anxiety and make it harder for you to turn off your busy mind. One last thing to be aware of. Your brain is an amazing pattern-making machine. It easily makes associations between places and emotions. So when it comes to sleep, we want our bed to be associated with feelings like contentment and peace, not negative feelings and worrisome thoughts. So it's a good thing that you're looking for ways to calm and quiet your mind. And it's not at all surprising that you can't sleep right now. It's quite natural that after a bad day, sleep feels very elusive. Tonight, we're not trying to force sleep or fight against any feelings you may have. Instead, We simply want to create a gentle place of safety and comfort where rest can naturally arise. Close your eyes and find a comfortable position. Let your arms rest slightly away from your sides, palms facing up or down, whatever feels most natural. Your legs can be straight, or your knees can be softly bent. There's no need to adjust anything unless you feel the urge to do so. The key is to be in a position where your body can fully release its weight into the surface beneath you. Now, let's take 3 breaths together to help your body and mind transition into a state of rest. As you breathe in through your nose, imagine you're filling your belly with air first, and then your chest, like a vessel filling with calm, peaceful energy. As you exhale through your mouth, let it be a slow, complete release, as if you're sending all the tension from your day out with your breath. Let's do this together, breathing in slowly and releasing completely. Again, filling your belly and then your chest and letting go. One last time, inhaling peace and calm and exhaling anything you don't need to hold on to right now. With your next few breaths, notice how your body feels when it makes contact with the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your heels, the backs of your legs, your hips, your back, your shoulders, and your head, all being fully supported. You don't need to hold yourself up in any way. With each breath out, you might notice your body naturally becoming a little heavier, sinking a little deeper into this support. Take all the time you need here, allowing your muscles to soften and release. Now, as you rest here, imagine a small, gentle sphere of pure white light appearing above you, about 3 feet over your body. This light is perfectly safe to gaze at with your mind's eye. It glows with the softest, most nurturing radiance you've ever seen. As you breathe naturally, notice this warm light beginning to descend toward you, moving so slowly and gently. With each breath out, the light draws just a little closer. There's nothing you need to do except receive its comfort. Now, feel the first touch of warmth at the crown of your head, like silver moonlight on a quiet summer evening. This healing light begins to slowly melt downward, bringing profound relaxation to every place it touches, softening your forehead, your temples, your jaw, allowing your whole face to become peaceful and serene. The warm light continues its gentle journey downward, like water, flowing in slow motion. It flows down your neck, dissolving any tension it finds. Feel it spreading across your shoulders, releasing their burden completely. Your upper arms become heavy with relaxation as the light envelops them in comfort. With each breath, you can sink a little deeper into this peaceful state. The light continues flowing down your chest and back, bringing warmth to your heart center. Here, the pure white glow pools for a moment, filling your heart with a sense of being deeply nurtured and completely safe. Let yourself drift lower into this sensation of security as the light flows down to your solar plexus, spreading like warm silk across your abdomen. Every breath draws you deeper into relaxation as the warmth continues its descent. Feel the light reaching the base of your spine now, creating a foundation of absolute peace. Your thighs become heavy, your knees soften, your calves release completely, until finally this luminous light pools around your feet, creating a deep reservoir of comfort beneath you. You are now floating in an ocean of warm, white light. And I want you to take all the aspects of your bad day, whatever it entailed, just a general feeling, or sights, sounds, or a person, and imagine that you can give your bad day a shape and hold it in your hands like a ball, a bad day ball. It actually feels somewhat weightless, as if you released it, it would bob on the surface of the water beside you, near you, but not with you anymore. So let's encase that bad day ball in a bubble and let it go. It's no longer with you. It's outside of you now. You feel light and free and relaxed and safe. You are drifting away from the bubble, and it is drifting away from you. Watch it bob in the ocean of light, ready for you to pick it up again, eventually, but not now. Now you're enjoying the feeling of freedom without it. Continue to breathe in and out, sinking deeper into this nurturing space. And now imagine this light slowly transforming into the softest, warmest blanket you've ever felt. Layer by layer, it settles over you with the perfect weight, not too heavy, not too light, just right. First layer, feel it settling over your feet and legs, bringing profound comfort. Second layer, spreading across your hips and lower back, inviting you to sink deeper. Third layer, wrapping around your torso, creating a cocoon of perfect warmth. Fourth layer, enveloping your shoulders and arms in complete security. Final layer, gently cradling your neck and head in absolute peace. You are now wrapped in a cocoon of pure, radiant warmth, held in perfect comfort. Each breath draws you deeper into this safe, nurturing space. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. You can simply let go, allowing yourself to drift deeper and deeper into restful sleep. I'm sorry that you're going through this difficult time. Please know that you are not alone. Every single person on this planet has faced their own version of a terrible, horrible, very bad day. It's simply part of the human experience. The remarkable thing is, you've already proven your resilience by surviving every challenge you've faced so far. You have an incredible inner strength that may not always feel accessible, especially in your darkest moments, but it's there. Tonight, your resources felt depleted and your burdens heavy. But take solace in the fact that rest is on the way. As you sleep tonight, your body and mind will begin the process of restoration. The warm light continues to hold you. Its gentle glow fading ever so slowly as you transition into peaceful dreams. With each breath, you sink a little lower, a little deeper, floating in this perfectly safe, perfectly warm space, drifting, drifting into deep, restful sleep. Just as the stars continue their dance across the night sky, just as the earth keeps spinning, larger forces are at work while you rest. Forces of healing, renewal, and profound care. You are a part of this great web of life, cherished beyond measure. Every cell of your body knows exactly how to restore itself through sleep. Every breath brings you fresh energy, and every heartbeat carries you closer to morning's light. Know that when you awake, you will find yourself replenished and your inner resources renewed. The strength you need is already within you, simply waiting to be awakened. The wisdom you seek is already in your heart. For now, you can let go completely, trusting in the healing power of deep rest. Sleep peacefully, knowing that you are safe. You are loved. And if you're still on the edge of wakefulness and dreaming, I'll stay with you a bit longer and read a little. My voice keeping you company with Chapter 15 of Treasure Island. Chapter 15. The Man of the Island. From the side of the hill, which was here steep and stony, a spout of gravel was dislodged and fell rattling and bounding through the trees. My eyes turned instinctively in that direction, and I saw a figure leap with great rapidity behind the trunk of a pine. What it was, whether bear or man or monkey, I could in no wise tell. It seemed dark and shaggy. More I knew not. But the terror of this new apparition brought me to a stand. I was now, it seemed, cut off upon both sides. Behind me, the murderers. Before me, this lurking nondescript. And immediately, I began to prefer the dangers that I knew to those I knew not. Silver himself appeared less terrible in contrast with this creature of the woods. And I turned on my heel and looking sharply behind me over my shoulder, began to retrace my steps in the direction of the boats. Instantly, the figure reappeared, and making a wide circuit, began to head me off. I was tired at any rate, but had I been as fresh as when I rose, I could see it was in vain for me to contend in speed with such an adversary. From trunk to trunk, the creature flitted like a deer, running manlike on two legs, but unlike any man that I had ever seen, stooping almost double as it ran. Yet a man it was. I could no longer be in doubt about that. I began to recall what I had heard of cannibals. I was within an ace of calling for help. But the mere fact that he was a man, however wild, had somewhat reassured me, and my fear of Silver began to revive in proportion. I stood still, therefore, and cast about for some method of escape. And as I was so thinking, the recollection of my pistol flashed into my mind. As soon as I remembered I was not defenseless, courage glowed again in my heart, and I set my face resolutely for this man of the island and walked briskly towards him. He was concealed by this time behind another tree trunk, but he must have been watching me closely, for as soon as I began to move in his direction, he reappeared and took a step to meet me. Then he hesitated, drew back, came forward again, and at last, to my wonder and confusion, threw himself on his knees and held out his clasped hands in supplication. At that, I once more stopped. "Who are you?" I asked. "Ben Gunn," he answered, and his voice sounded hoarse and awkward, like a rusty lock. "I'm poor Ben Gunn, I am, and I haven't spoke with a Christian these 3 years." I could now see that he was a man like myself, and that his features were even pleasing. His skin, wherever it was exposed, was burnt by the sun, and his fair eyes looked quite startling in so dark a face. Of all the beggar men that I had seen or fancied, he was the chief for raggedness. He was clothed with tatters of old ship's canvas and old sea cloth, and this extraordinary patchwork was all held together by a system of the most various and incongruous fastenings. Brass buttons, bits of stick, and loops of tarry gaskin. About his waist, he wore an old brass-buckled leather belt, which was the one thing solid in his whole accoutrement. 3 years, I cried. "Were you shipwrecked?" "Nay, mate," said he, "marooned